I remain Health Educator Mike. Right, happy Sunday to you guys. I believe and hope you have eaten the Sunday rice. Please, whenever you are taking your Sunday rice, uh, be aware of your sugar level. Right, know your sugar level and know if you are going to take white rice or you better go for brown rice. So you need to actually know the one you are deciding. All right. So welcome you guys to today's live streaming. I am Health Educator Mike once again. All right. So we have been streaming on this channel. Um, it's actually a privilege. Anyone that is a member of this particular platform that we do a live streaming, right? Please know that is an uncommon thing, a privilege that everyone you find yourself here, right? Because this particular platform supports your health to a large extent. If you can follow us with all commitment, with all devotion, right? We are going to educate you, all right, taking your health to the next level. So that's what we do on this particular platform. So please do well to be part of us always as we stream our live streaming every day. It's every day by 10 a.m. and on Sunday between 12 to 3 p.m. Right. So due to some circumstances, sometimes we don't stream that much, right? So with that long, so we stream within some specific period of time. So and I also want to appreciate those who are always supportive, always committed to make sure that they spread any information I will bring on this channel every day. Take it to other people for people to see it, people to learn from it. That is the essence of this live streaming. All right, it's very important, and that is why this channel is called Healthy Living Global, taking your healthy life to a global scale. That's what we do here. All right. So, and thank you for being part of us whenever you are joining us for the first time. And even if you have been with us, we still appreciate you for always being with us. All right. This is a platform created for health promotion, disease prevention, better illness management. All right. I'm Health Educator Mike, the health educator of this particular channel. So we give you the health tips that you need and you make use of it. So this particular platform supports both the healthcare providers and healthcare consumers. So it supports all. So let us come learn together. Let us improve our health, improve the health of those around us. Right. So it will go a long way in helping to shape the public health. That's what we do on this particular channel. So if you go to this channel, if you have been following us, um, if you have been following us with all commitment on this particular channel, you are going to see a lot of things we have discussed. So if you are joined for the first time, you can still go back and check the things that we have been discussing on this platform. We have discussed a lot of things, all right, on this platform that will enable you to live a healthier life. And of course, whenever you go to the end of our live streaming or even any of our video and you discover that something that you need to ask about or you want to ask any question, put it on the comment section and I'm going to see it and I will respond to you. And if you feel you don't want to put on the comment section, is a private something, is confidential, you can send a message to me on my WhatsApp 07088611262 and I will always be available to answer you. I will always be available to make sure that you live that your healthier life to the full. So that's what we do on this channel, right? Today is a very bright day, it's a very good day, and we are meant to talk about something, right? Each day come with its own knowledge that we must learn. So today we're going to talk about skin issues or skin conditions that we're expected to know, because when we are discussing about skin issues, um, or maybe we develop any skin issue, there's a lot of misconceptions, right, as regards those skin issue. Some people can, instead of treating some like fungal infection, right, like tinea, instead of treating tinea, they may be treating urticaria, all right, or hives, that's what we call urticaria or hives, or they'll be treating psoriasis, or they'll be treating vitiligo, or they can be treating acne vulgaris, all right, that comes with in different form, blackhead, pimples, and so on. Or they can be treating atopic dermatitis or contact dermatitis, all right, or they can be treating even there's many of them, right? There are many of them, even hyperpigmentation, even skin cancer. And so that all these things sometimes can overlap, all right, even if you're having something like chickenpox, measles, all right, so they can overlap each other, or which sometimes it is good to get a specific sign of each of them, right? Specific sign of each of them, so that you know exactly what um, the skin issue is all about. If you know it, you can be able to treat it. Just like I always explain that when you know um, the cause of a particular health condition, right, you have gotten the solution up to 50%, right? You have gotten 50% cure of that particular skin condition, right? Whenever you know the cause. If you don't know the cause, you cannot treat it. If you don't know the cause, then know how you can be able to handle the condition. So that is the essence of being um, in a in a platform like this, where we share ideas, where we gain more knowledge, all right, to upgrade our health, making sure that we live a healthy life. All right. With time, we're actually going to make it more practical, uh, because we're just working at the background, right, to see that some certain things is put in place for so that we can make it more practical, right? I'll be explaining to you, but sometimes you are not actually seeing exactly what it looks like, right? So it's actually going to limit your experience about what I am explaining. I understand. I am an educator, right? I'm a health educator. So I'm a teacher, but not your regular kind of teacher, right? So um, I understand that teaching aids will be needed, right, with time. So if you want to actually support our teaching aid, it will be a fine one. Can still contact me on 07088 611 262 07088 611 262. So want to see how we can make things more practical, so that we'll be seeing, if I'm telling you about contact dermatitis, we see how contact dermatitis looks like, right? If I'm telling you about acne vulgaris, you're going to see how acne vulgaris look like. If you are seeing it, you compare the one you are having, all right, and see if it is the same. If it is the same, the only thing you do is, okay, you still visit your healthcare provider. What am I having? It's just a confirmation, right? But before you do that, you must have gotten the background knowledge and idea that you need about that particular health condition. So even if the healthcare provider is treating you, you're already on the know. You are going to be more serious in taking your medications, and of course you are going to even be aware of the right medication you use for that. So that is to say that you may need to ask question on the comment section, and you'll be attended to. We answer your question, and before you know it, we just you just get the whole thing right. So even if they're giving messages, you stick to it. Now we say different skin conditions, right? So number one that we're going to mention is acne vulgaris. Acne vulgaris, or acne, as one of the skin health condition that you can um you can a kind of mistake with any other skin condition, right? Acne vulgaris is the one that comes in the form of pimples, in the form of even blackhead. All right, all those ones is called what? Acne vulgaris, and the common cause of it is just a result of the clogging of the pores of the skin. Right, if I don't know if it happens to you, but please take note of this. Whenever you take something that is oily, all right, you take granite today, tomorrow, next month. Of course, you know that granite have oil, all right? It have oil. So if you don't know, be aware. Now, you take granite today, tomorrow, next tomorrow, right? Consecutively in that way, or you take fried thing like all this akara, right? You take it for some days, as in consecutively, right, without skipping any day. You discover that what your skin will be emitting more oil than usual. All right, so if it's emitting that oil, it will lead to clogging of the pores of the skin. Of course, this skin you are seeing, all right, any part of your skin have some microscopic pores. All right, you cannot see it with your naked eyes, right? So it's very tiny pores. When we say pores, we mean like holes, all right, on your skin that is helping to absorb things, and also through that sweat goes out of the body, because this skin also is part of the organ that the system used to excrete materials also, in case you are not aware. Now, that particular clogging of the pores of the skin, right? When it clogs the pores of the skin, it will now lead to the overgrowth of bacteria on the skin. Of course, there are some healthy bacteria living on the skin, which is a staphylococcus living in peace. All right, it's not having any challenge to the skin, but when that clogging comes in, it will lead to overgrowth of that particular bacteria, right? Of that bacteria on the skin, and it will give you different conditions. It will give you many issues. All right. Of course, we know of staphylococcus, we know of so, but in this case of acne vulgaris, when it lead to this um clogging of the pores of the skin, all right, it can lead to bacterial growth, and also it can lead to inflammation of that skin tissue, all right. So because all of them is at the around the hair follicle, all right, that's where all those pores form. And before you know it, when it lead to inflammation, you notice some swelling, you understand, you're noticing some swelling on the face, all right, which is this pimple sign that you notice, all right. So before you know it, some of them may develop pores, of which you need to press it, it will go out, all right. Bacteria will now begin to form in that particular pore. So that's what happens. You press it, and when you still use your hand, the hand come in contact with other places, it's still very possible that it can still go and develop on that particular place. So, which is the reason we advise, don't be picking pimples. All right, you know you have a lot of pimples. Don't be picking pimples. Just use the necessary thing you are expected to use, maybe by cleaning the face. All right, like using what we call comedogenic cleanser. All right, comedogenic cleanser is any cleanser that helps in removing anything oil, right, on the face. So if you use that cleanser, it will help and remove those oil on the face, leaving your face porosity to be in a normal way, all right, helping you to maintain your freshness, all right, your beauty, and also your handsomeness. So please, if you are not aware of this, just learn it today, that the challenge of these pimples or blackheads that you always explain is a result of the blocking of the pores of the skin on your face. So that's what happens there. So if you are someone that is consuming excessive oil, all right, do well to reduce excessive consumption of oil. And if you are somebody that is not taking your bath at least twice in a day, you need to improve and take your bath twice in a day. Reason, being that each time you take your bath, you will clean that particular blockage, all right, that the sweat would have caused, or even bacteria on the skin would have caused. You will clean it off, leaving your skin to become porous as expected. So if it's porous, it will be able to excrete materials and also absorb things without it being blocked or being inflamed. I believe this is clear. All right. So this is what we call acne vulgaris. All right. Which can present itself in the form of pimples, in form of dark spot, or even in the form of blackhead. All right, you see one growth, we see it, it will just come out in the face and look very dark. You'll be looking at it, it will be darker than others. All right, so that's what actually happens. All right, so though we still have what we call hyperpigmentation, which is still very different from this, right? That other one don't have any offshoot, it doesn't have any growth outside. Everything happens